never knew love and I never knew hate. That's the only reason that I'm in this position today. I never knew love and I never knew hate. And I never knew compassion, and I never knew my fate, and I never knew you, though it seemed like I did, but I never knew nothing, no, I never knew shit. I never used to need to know, but never knew curious, till I sympathized with people and the real appearances. I never knew there was other people that cared. I never knew what it meant when I stood out and they stared at me. Now that I know everything, I know that I can't stand happy. I hope it's not this way for the rest of my lifespan. Lonely nights, wasted rolling joints on my nightstand. I would call somebody if I had numbers to type in. Never knew life had excitement until my nephew was born. Never knew there was some right in my wrongs. I never knew. That's because I never wanted to. The problems that I faced in my life were just too unsolvable for me to go and pile on more. And at the time I wouldn't have seen it as a reliable source, although it was. And now I stand looking foolish like I always do. When I do this to myself, I knew it. My thoughts are exclusive. My conscience is abusive. I beat myself up over things I promised that I would do for you and didn't. And these are the things that just kills me inside. I never knew what buzz on a Saturday night could invite such problems in masses. I'm probably past it, but honestly, that's it. It happens too frequently in brands of the classic. Still, I'm drunk. I'm drunken with my power till I'm drunken with the sweetness of whiffing off death's flower beds. Our legs weaken and the power heads reeking of money and greed. Who sees the pieces of me? I never knew him. I never knew him to be so close. When I was young, I never knew my family had no dough. They hid it from us. They probably went broke at doing it. They wanted to raise us proper. Well, you did it. I'm proving it. Or am I? Or am I slipping and slacking? I never knew what justify my primitive actions, but I hope so. And that's a piece of inspiration for me. Never understood why you stood around and you waited for me to connect with something that I never knew. You should have known that it's one thing that I will never do. Never knew the more you know nothing. Till Erica got in my ear with a singing and humming, and it was lovely. Till I learned this for myself. Synchronized with a spirit and what she really felt. I've dealt with trust and I've meddled with pain. But I never knew love and I never knew hate. And I never knew weak and I never knew great. I've only known equality, so level out the weights. I got some on my shoulders and it feels good to get them off. My nights were growing colder and I think I was getting soft. But I never knew hate and I never knew love. So I never knew hard and I never knew soft. I've only known equality, the devil is the law. When supremacy is dominant, the people tend to fall. Would you rather be one of them or be no one at all? Nah, I die before I stand tall and fight for their cause. I always knew I'd never know until I was in it, but there's some things that you're just sure of from the frigid beginning and it gets cold. Alright, so I got this new CD coming out, mixtape, Hip Hop for Dummies. That's gonna be coming out within like a week or two. Just waiting on my man EJ to get out, you know, get out the bed and come back, nigga, come home, nigga. Nah, I'm playing. He's only in there for a couple days. That nigga be back. But once he gets back, finishing this mixtape, putting it out for you guys. I hope you like the acapella piece I just spit. That's from a song on my mixtape. I spit it acapella in a video as a promotional thing, cause I didn't release nothing for the mixtape previously beforehand, you know. So this is my promo release. This is my single. But anyways, like I said, Hip Hop for Dummies is like it's really sarcastically putting a twist on the way I look at the way well, not only me, the nation of hip hop looks at the state of hip hop today. That we all look at it as tainted, ruined, you know what I'm saying? But it's not true. It's not dead. It's just underground. Hip hop is still there. So for everybody that thinks otherwise, you know what I'm saying? Listen to the music. Listen to support all your local artists. You know what I'm saying? Listen out there, because there's music. There's good people. There's good artists. There's good talent. More than what you could really find on the radio. And I just don't think that anyone should close a blind eye to it. So even if you're like, I'm not trying to offend nobody with a title called Hip Hop for Dummies, because obviously I don't expect you guys to be that, but it's just, it's like I said, it's sarcastically putting on a twist on the way that people are just falling into this fad or whatever you want to call it. You know what I mean? It's not really, it's not all that, but that's basically what my aim is with this CD. I hope you get whatever you get from it, and it's coming out soon.